Welcome to the channel, Annie Collins here for Rosie Studios. Today we're going to create this lovely floral card. Let's go with the products I used. I'm using the Hello It's Me collection. I'm using the 6x6 pad. This pad comes in 6x6 and 12x12. And there's also coordinating cardstock. We're going to use the ephemera pack and the sentiment pack. Each pack, let's see, sentiments have 166, ephemera has 118, 2 of each in each pack. There's also the coordinating cardstock that goes with this collection. I do not have it. I received these items as being part of the design team. I'm also using the Rosie Studios blank card, and these come with 10 in a pack. You get the cards in the envelope, and this is the A2 size. From the ephemera pack, I'm using the little floral here, this doily or scallop piece, and this little sprig. I'm also going to pull in this little heart, this foil heart here. And from the sentiment, we're going to use the sentiment that says smile. There's my little foil heart. So we're going to use that as our sentiment for our card. Pattern paper, we're going to use this black and white. I'm not sure what the design is called, but we're going to use that black and white. And here's our card base. And it's an A2, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. From my stash, we'll be bringing in some foil paper and foil cardstock and some dies that we're going to use for our card today to trim down some pieces. So I'm going to bring in these scallop dies and this layering die here. The layering die we're going to use to cut our black pattern paper. And then one of the oval dies that I have here, we'll cut the foil. And I'm trying to keep my hand on that foil because the camera freaks out with the foil paper. And I'll use another one here to trim this down because it's too big and I want a little bit of that gold to be in the background. So we're going to use this. Just trim this down a little bit. I'm going to cut all this off screen and then I'll come back with everything cut. And it's going in and out with black dimming. That's because my camera's freaking out because of the foil. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that really quick and then we'll be back. Excuse me. I am back. Everything's now trimmed and ready to be layered onto our card. So here's my pattern paper, the foil piece, and then this will go right on top. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my card base and I'm going to start adhering everything. I also trimmed a small piece of the pattern paper and we'll use that to finish the card inside. I don't always remember to, decorate the inside of my cards, but every so often I do. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything to the side for a second, and I'm going to go ahead and put some foam adhesive on the back of this little ephemera piece. This ephemera piece is a little pitcher with some florals, and it has some foil on it on the bottom of the base of the pitcher. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Put some foam adhesive and then I'll remove all the backing, to release the foam adhesive so that we can go ahead and add it to our card. Just prepping ahead. So I'll be creating with the Hello It's Me collection throughout the month, as well as the Forget Me Not collection for Rosie Studios. Back on the design team now for the next 6 months for them, creating videos. So you'll see content from me from using their products. So I'm almost done removing all the backing off of this. And I'm going to set it aside because we're not quite ready for it. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring in that's the little sprig here. I'm just going to set that to the side. I'm going to bring in my sentiment. I'm going to do the same thing, put some foam adhesive and have it all ready to go. Just trying to save a little bit of time with my assembly. Now you do not have to use foam adhesive to pop up your ephemera if you do not like that and you just want a flat card. By all means, go ahead and do that. I just like to have a little dimension on my cards. I also like to add more embellishments, but you do not need to add anything extra. You can just grab the paper pad, the sentiment pack, and the ephemera pack, and you can create a lot of fun cards, scrapbook pages, art journal pages, mini album, whatever you would like to do. Again, this collection comes in 6x6, 12x12, and it has coordinating cardstock. I did not get the coordinating cardstock because I have a lot of cardstock. I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot. So I figured I have enough that would coordinate with it. So I'm almost done removing all the backing off my sentiment, and then we'll quickly proceed to adhering everything onto our card. All right, I'm going to move everything out of our way and bring in the elements for our card here. First, I will adhere this pink ephemera piece to my foiled cardstock. I'm putting little droplets here in between the openings of these little holes so that I can adhere it down. I'm going to go ahead and center this as best as I can and press it into place. Now here's a tip when working with foil cardstock like this. The glue will ooze out, as you can see it did there. And if you get some and you don't want it there, just get a paper towel, lightly dampen it, just very light, and then clean it off and quickly dry it. It'll remove all the glue, leave it nice and shiny, and it'll be great. I used to be on a design team that all we used was foil paper, and it was something that we learned to do then. And I'm telling you, it's just barely damp. There you go. And then you clean it, it's all gone. You can do this with any foil paper. You're not looking to saturate. You're looking just to lightly clean it off. All right. So I like to use Barely Art liquid glue because I like to have that little wiggle room to move everything. If you don't like to use that and you want to use your tape runner, by all means, that's fine too. So this, I cut my pattern paper, leaving me 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And then I have that black and white sprig that I'm going to add because my sentiment is also black and white. So we have that black and white running throughout with those pops of color with the pink and the gold and such. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere my pattern paper to my card base, getting it centered here so we have a nice border all the way around. Once we do that, we can put our little ovals down. They almost look like oval doilies because of the openings on the ends. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that again with using my Barely Art glue. And then I'll center this onto my card front. Now this will create our little base for our focal point, which will be our little vase. Well, it's not a vase, it's a pitcher. So get that on there, pick up my pitcher, and I'm going to figure out more or less where I want it before I stick it all the way down so that I know where I'm going to put the that little black and white sprig. What I'm going to do is put a little bit of Barely Art glue on here, just a tad. Then while holding it, I'll try to hold it here. I'm going to adhere this, stick it to the pitcher. Now I'm going to go ahead and place it down. So basically the sprig is going to be adhere flat and the pitcher will be nice and raised. So I'm going to press that in place because I like it. And I never press anything down hard until I'm ready, surely set. This is where I'm going to put it. If you just place everything lightly, you can easily move it, take it up and move it around. Placing my little foil heart there on the upper right corner. And now I'm going to place my sentiment. I'm going to nestle it so that the base of that picture fits between the M and the I. There you go. And you can call it done here because you have plenty of, shimmer because of the little heart and then the foil doily sticking out. But I want to add a little more. So I'm going to add some gems to the center of our flowers, and I have this same golden color so it matches the foil. And I'm going to add to all the little flowers that are in the picture there, and then I'm going to add a few more throughout our card here, just a little extra finishing touch. Now, if you don't have self-adhesive gems, what I was trying to show you there when I pulled out the adhesive is put a little bit of adhesive and stick them down. These are self-adhesive, so I didn't have to worry about that. I do have to worry about them staying on my pickups, my little pokey tool here, so that I can place them on my card. I'm having a little difficult. Sometimes picking up those little things isn't so easy. So I'm going to go ahead and put a few on the bottom here. Trying to decide where I want to put it. And once we have those done, I can't decide. I was thinking, should I dot the I? And then I was like, nah, I don't like that too much. So I move it around a bit until I finally just decide, let's just put it right nestled underneath the other one and call it a day. Again, think about it. I really was tempted to put it on there, but I just can't quite get myself to do it. And I quickly changed my mind. And now we're done. So now we're done with our card. It was quick and easy. The most it took us was die cutting those few things, but you don't have to die cut your pattern paper. You can trim it if you have a trimmer, or you can use your scissors. And you don't have to die cut anything else. You could just lay that and cut around it. Lay the pink one and just adhere it to your foil and just cut around it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and place this little strip of the pattern paper on the inside towards the bottom here. And now our card is done. So you have plenty of space to write your little greeting there, or your whatever you would like to say. And our card is complete. It's such a pretty card to send to anyone that you would like. So here's what we used from Rosie Studio. We used our card bases, our sentiment pack, our ephemera pack, and the 6x6 paper pad from the Hello It's Me collection. I will have everything linked in the description box below, along with a discount code, which is RS-Annie10, all caps, but I'll have it in the description box below for you just in case you didn't catch it, and that gives you 10% off your entire purchase. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you found some inspiration. Don't forget to like and subscribe.